This is one of those videos you have to see to believe. When I first read about this town, I couldn't stop staring at the pictures and videos. Houses crumbling into the earth, cars disappearing into giant holes, pillars of smoke everywhere. It felt like something out of a horror movie. But it's real and it's happening right now. If you don't know anything about Centralia, Pennsylvania, let me catch you up. Back in the early 1960s, it was a normal town in the Appalachian Mountains. It had its own main drag with a movie theater, bowling alley, and a pool hall. It had churches, banks, and corner bars where the local miners would hang out. It was a quiet, unremarkable place, the kind of town where everybody knows your name and things don't really happen. And then one day, they decided to clean up the local landfill. On May 27, 1962, they set the piles of trash on fire. But the fire spread beyond the trash. It found a seam of anthracite coal under the landfill and began to consume it. And because this was a coal seam fire, it just kept burning. You can't put out a coal seam fire with water or dirt. It smolders for decades, feeding on the available oxygen. It creates pockets of toxic gases that seep into the ground and poisons everything around it. For years, nothing happened. The people of Centralia went about their lives oblivious to the danger beneath their feet. But as the fire spread, things began to change. The ground grew warm in the winter. Patches of snow would melt on front lawns. Trees and grass would wither and die. Then one Valentine's Day in 1981, a boy almost burned to death in a sinkhole that opened up in his grandmother's backyard. The sinkhole was over 150 feet deep. The air coming out of it was so hot it melted the snow around it and poisoned anyone who breathed it in. After that incident, the government stepped in and the town was evacuated. They tried to seal the cracks in the earth with cement, but the fire just found another way out. By 1984, it was clear that the town was a death trap. There were giant cracks and sinkholes everywhere. The water supply was undrinkable. The soil was poisoned. The air was filled with toxic gases. In the end, $42 million was spent relocating the residents and demolishing the homes. Today, you can visit the town. You can walk among the abandoned houses and streets and imagine what it must have been like to live there. Or you can just stare at the ground and wonder how something so terrifying could go unnoticed for so long. If you want to learn more about Centralia, I highly recommend looking it up. I'll see you next time.